Simalaha Community Conservancy in Zambia has had a beautiful history over the last, since 2013, when the first animals started coming in. That whole community has changed. You see people with very successful farms, and they're generating revenue. Things like the agri-hub is in full swing. So people are going to be receiving significant revenue from the Conservancy.
The Simalaha Community Conservancy is the first community conservancy in Zambia, so it's been the test bed for everything. But what I felt has been significant in this conservancy is the layers of income or revenue potential being built in livelihoods. And at the moment there's so many different layers. There is no single source of income for the communities, but there's so many different layers of, and if I say income, I could mean also not, livelihoods per se. So for example, there's a very successful program now where the communities have started to protect the fish through creating their own fish sanctuaries in the Ngwezi River. So that's not necessarily income through sale of the fish, but can just be an income in terms of their improved nutrition. What we've seen, and I've been there a couple of months ago, is that communities gave us a demonstration and said historically we were, the fish population just kept on going down and down and down and down, and if they put out a net and through an entire night of fishing, their catch will be on average about 5 kilograms of fish. And now it's already up in 2 years since the program started to about 30 to 40 kilograms of fish. And what is exciting in 2023 is that for the first time the cook stoves project, and this is a project where 10,000 cook stoves were distributed amongst the community, this project has been registered for carbon credits. And the revenue generation of this for the first time will take place in 2023 as a full year, and being validated externally that this amount of carbon was reduced from the atmosphere, because cook stoves improves your efficiency of emissions with 60% and reduces your fuel wood consumption with 70%. So you've got this really basic technology. But then you can go and on-sell that carbon credit, the saving of credit emission, of carbon emissions, and that's what has happened. And that revenue will then flow into the trust. There's a Simalaha Community Trust, and then will flow from there to the communities. So that's quite important. And then there's another layer of that that will happen in 2023, where for the first time is a buffalo breeding camp, if you like. The buffalo offspring is of such a level now that they have too many buffalo for that camp, and they can start selling buffalo to game farmers. I don't know if you know, but buffalo reaches quite a handsome price. If you sell buffalo, that's disease-free. So, and linked to that, there's another revenue stream through tourism. So the the Simalaha Horse Safaris is operational. There's this beautiful facility, this beautiful view from this tented camp overlooking the plains. It looks a little bit like the Serengeti. And then you can go onto a horse from there and then go for a day trip onto the plains and amongst the game. Which is also incredible. So the first revenues from the Simalaha Safaris is also starting to flow in 2023. So it's wonderful to see the different layers, and there's others. There's conservation agriculture, and the agri-hub that you mentioned, and beekeeping, and all of them contribute, and hopefully there will also be a RED program that will roll out in due course. So you've got 6 or 7 different revenue streams that are starting to, first a few drops, and hopefully becoming a steady stream.
And that's such a almost a beacon of hope for the people in the region, because that's a poor area. People are really poor there. There's not a lot of opportunities for people living there. So for them to create this community conservancy, and out of that, this wealth of opportunity that come out of it, it is incredible.
Yeah, and wildlife-based. That's a wildlife-based economy. It all started because of the people saying we want wildlife back. The chief saying I want buffalo back, and and this is the result 10 years later.
There's another very exciting development in Zambia, but a little bit more to the north, Sioma, Ngwezi National Park. There's a co-management agreement being signed there.
Co-management agreement between Peace Parks and WWF Zambia with the Zambian government. It's also a 20-year agreement. It also establishes a entity that oversees jointly the management of the protected area. And again, it's a very exciting model where the government of Zambia and NGOs partner and are equal partners in the oversight and management and development of Sioma Ngwezi National Park and the surrounding game management area. It's a vast landscape. It's over 10,000 square kilometers, and it's also very, very important as a safe haven for elephants. We all know that there's too many elephants in Botswana and Zimbabwe, and to a certain extent Namibia. And in Zambia and Angola, if you look at the Kaza landscape, transboundary landscape, there's too little, or none at all. So to have a new protected area established through the signing of this SPV agreement, not established but supported significantly, and then well protected, will herald or will start a new phase of, I believe, elephants moving into the landscape by themselves, because in the next 2 or 3 years we anticipate that the law enforcement will be significantly improved because there will be more resources going into the protected area management, and animals are incredibly intelligent, and they are there. There's about 1,000 elephants there, but there will be many more that will come there if they feel safe. So that's also extremely exciting to see how will elephants start using or living in the park, and also from there moving on to other areas, and then really living up to the vision of Peace Parks, which is about large landscape conservation at scale, and in connecting protected areas over this landscape. So our hope and dream is in 5 years from now that there will also be then a link to the Kafue ecosystem further infield in Zambia to give it even more space for elephants.
When we started this discussion, we said that we feel rested after a beautiful holiday and time with the family. I think after this discussion, I feel even more excited about 2023. I look forward to seeing all the many achievements. I look forward to solving the problems that we're going to face. And I really do think that this is going to be a year of hope for Peace Parks Foundation and the people and the wildlife that we work with.
Thank you, Lisa. Beautiful summary. Fully agreed.